and an avid book reader. Her Instagram reads like this: I make pointless things, very Hyderabadi. I have seen a lot of paintings in her Instagram handle. One of the paintings says, today morning I woke up dreaming of strawberries but ate oranges instead. And I think she has a record for winning the most number of awards for listener. So I think you all guessed it all right. So I welcome Devyani. And the speech name is Its Instrument.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Are you all wondering why there's a guitar on stage?
Yes.
My companion for today. Very excited. Let's find out why it's here. It's because music has been one of the loves of my life since childhood. I'm a Carnatic vocalist. I'm an instrument enthusiast who's on her way to learning her fourth instrument. And today I want to share this love of music with you all. And hopefully, by the end, convince each one of you to learn to play an instrument. Yes, you heard that right. And since this is such a large endeavor, you will definitely have questions like which instrument should I learn, how long will it take, etc. At the end of my speech, I'm happy to answer all those questions, so please hold on to them till the very end. Now, first and foremost, why should you suddenly learn to play an instrument? For me, the answer was very easy. I wanted to look really cool playing my guitar and make everyone in school have a crush on me. It worked fine. For you, your motivation might be very different. But on a universal level, science itself will tell you to learn to play an instrument. There are multiple neurological studies which show an increase in brain intermapping, coordination, fine motor skills, recall and memory when people learn to play an instrument. In fact, we can all vouch for this right now in terms of music at least. Show of hands, how many of you can recall perfectly 100 words that are printed on a page just by looking at them? Probably not, right? And now, how many of you can tell me the lyrics to your favorite song like that? Right? So you see how music helps you do that. Thinking in terms of rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Helps you segment information easily. 5, 6, 7, 8. It helps you connect concepts quickly, the way your favorite lyrics do, or the way music notation helps you. And it also helps you recall that information very quickly, the way you can think of a song for every mood, right? Now, how will you harness all of these superpowers and these skills that I just talked about? Let's try this. All of you, let's try and match this note. Match the note. Next note. Match it. Go on. I can't do it. Go on. Try to match this rhythm. You can stop your feet, clap your hands, go on. Now, what happened here? You all listened, you understood, you created music, and then you corrected yourself also while you were doing it. And that is the power of learning to play an instrument. Moreover, you use your entire body when you're learning to play an instrument. Whether it's playing a chord like I just did, or extracting a beautiful melody from a flute, this tactility right here is an unmatched feeling. When I play an instrument, my hands cease to be just hands. They become part of the instrument itself. And that is, I feel, one of the most beautiful feelings that you can ever feel in your life. And I'm telling you this from a lifetime of learning to play instruments and living music. Now, perhaps I have at this point kind of semi-convinced you that how cool musical instruments are and whether you should learn an instrument. The question still remains, where do I begin with this? Now, step 1. Pick a song or a musical genre that you enjoy listening to every day. Growing up, I listened to songs from the Beatles like Hey Jude, don't make it hard. Take this sad song and make it better. So obviously, guitar was the choice for me. But you could pick a different instrument based on your musical style. violin or anything else in the world really. There are so many instruments. Step 2, and this is important, spend 15 minutes with your instrument every day. Just 15 minutes. You may have an idea in your mind of slogging away, learning an instrument, how am I going to manage this with work, kids, home, etc. etc. But trust me, 15 minutes becomes a magic number. For example, if you are trying to learn guitar, like I play, you can spend the 15 minutes doing a simple drill, playing these notes back and forth till you get the hang of it. And you will learn to fall in love with your instrument. Which brings me to the next step, which is step 3. Correct your mistakes slowly. This is a mistake that I made as a beginner when I was learning these instruments. I wanted to fix all of my mistakes in one day and become a perfect guitarist, but that does not work. Anyone who plays guitar in the audience? You don't? I thought you do. Okay, well, anyone who plays guitar will tell you it's very difficult to play bar chords. Okay, it's a very kind of tricky motion. What I did was I wanted to perfect bar chords in one day. But what you can do, and this works for any instrument, pick one technique a day. For example, on day 1 it would be just placing your fingers on the instrument. Day 2 could be how much pressure that you apply to your instrument. Day 3 could be working on your strumming or working on a different technique. And that will help you eat an elephant, as they say. Break it down and learn it better. And step 4, which is also very important and a personal learning for me, is find your own sound. Playing other songs can definitely help you improve your technique, and it is important to do. But humming along to your instrument at the end of a long day, just play anything, it's going to sound good, and you will fall in love with your instrument. And that is once again an extremely beautiful feeling that I think cannot be replicated unless you're learning to play an instrument. To this day, I'm awed, in fact, that I still remember every jati, every alankaram, every kirtana, every varna that I learned on the veena like many, many years ago. And it still brings me such joy and surprise when I find that I'm able to recall all that information and sing for myself, not just for others. So learning to play an instrument allows you to be the anugrita, the performer, and also the rasika, which is the audience at the same time. How wonderful is that? It allows you to immerse yourself in the act of creation and recreation and unlock a world of possibilities in the world. And don't worry about perfection, right? Because perfection is something that you will never achieve. If you run behind it, you're not going to have fun. So to summarize, there are many neurological and emotional benefits of learning to play an instrument. Don't worry about perfection, just spend 15 minutes a day falling in love with your instrument, and that's fine. And lastly, keep finding your own sound constantly. And now with that, as I promised in the beginning of the session, I am happy to answer any questions. You can ask questions generally about music or learning an instrument or my own journey into music, or more specific questions about the instruments I play, which is guitar, piano, veena, and violin. Over to you. Yes.
So, if I have never learned any instrument, so if I want to start, so how would I know what should I start with? How do I choose an instrument? How do I know that?
Yeah, great question, and I think I definitely need more elaboration. I started on this with my speech and said, for example, what musical genre do you like listening to?
Musical?
Genre, like area of music, is it?
Flute, I think.
You like flute, right? Yeah, you like flute when you listen to it in songs probably. Pick a flute, I would say. You already enjoy it, and you're going to enjoy it more when you yourself create the music, right? Instead of listening to it. So I think you can pick a flute. There's so many resources available online. Just the other day I saw an Instagram ad for flute lessons in Bangalore. My suggestion would be go for flute. Yeah. Yes, Rakesh.
I could sing the song with that.
Oh, that's not a question. That's
Yes.
Last man. Yes.
Yeah, so like Manu asked, like you can select whichever you like to listen. I like to listen to a trumpet. I tried doing that in school, but apparently I found out that I don't have much power in my. So over there, what are we supposed to do in circumstances like this when want to choose a certain musical instrument which you like but you cannot play, what should be the ideal alternative?
Great question, and it brings me to a larger topic also to consider the resources that you have at hand for learning that particular instrument. In your case, I would suggest going for synth or keyboard. The reason I say this is because these days instruments are very advanced. Keyboards have special settings that will make your keyboard sound like a trumpet. Right? You're interested in the trumpet, try to learn synth or keyboard. GarageBand is a great app also available on iOS, right? You've heard of it. You can hook it up to your instrument, you can do so many different things with it. I think you'll definitely have fun with that. And also adding on, you definitely do consider availability of teachers, resources on the internet and other things when you are trying to pick an instrument. Of course, you're not going to, I really like the saxophone, I like jazz music, but I didn't find, teachers or the instrument itself is very expensive for me. I couldn't do it. Yes.
Do you think great musicians are born with inclination to music or is it developed?
Okay, great question, philosophical. And my music teacher used to tell me that people are born with music in their blood. She said that. I am of ambiguous opinion here. I do think that a lot of factors in your childhood affect what you pick up later in life. You can never pinpoint on that. For example, my parents are great lovers of music. I grew up listening to music. Is that why I went into music? Or is that because I naturally thought maybe bring up this discipline of myself? I think it's a double-edged sword. It's both. Some people are born with the inclination due to their genetics or whatever. Some people pick it up later in life, but still, greatness is not determined.
So you think first gen musicians can't play that particular?
No, definitely not. Probably it requires more effort, a little bit, because, for example, my parents knew exactly which group to send me for Carnatic music. My grandmother is a Carnatic vocalist as well. So probably the effort from my parents and my side was less, but that doesn't mean that the first generation aspirant cannot make it. This is a little bit of it.
Yeah, so I also bought a guitar to look cool and learn. I learned a song, but then afterwards my fingertips started hurting, it started chipping and all. So I took a break for a while, and then after that never got to it. So did you come across such hurdles in the beginning, and how did you overcome it?
Right, I think I still have imprints on my hands, and my hands are very tiny as you can see. Right? Yeah, you have the same issue. Yeah, this also happened to me. Tip number 1, Vaseline. Use Vaseline on your hands, it will solve your immediate physical pain. As for the mental aspect of getting back, what helped me is I pick a song that I really like, which I mentioned in my speech also. The high that you get, right, when you learn to play that song on your own that will motivate you. So pick a song that you really like, something you have a memory with, and then when you play that, you get back to work.
Thank you.
I think we have time for 2 more questions. Hussein, please.
So you told pick up 15 minutes in a day,
Yes.
and pick up any of your equipment or equipped instrument.
Yes.
But if at all without any reaching out to any teachers or
Yeah.
any wisdom, how can we start off so that we have that enthusiasm going on using internet
Yeah.
or any other
Yes.
resource?
Right. So YouTube has, I'm a YouTube learner by the way. I did not have a guitar tutor when I started out. I just did it purely out of interest. I went on YouTube. Guitar Zero to Hero is a channel that I really like. He's really cool. He breaks everything down. He explains it very well. There are amazing teachers out there, and it's free, absolutely. All it needs is again maybe a 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes you spend on a YouTube search, I think you will find the teacher that I'm saying is included. Last question. Yes.
Do you see age as a barrier to learn, and anyone or any age group can learn?
Yeah. Again, great question. And I was expecting this question as well. Absolutely not. There is no barrier. All it needs is, I said 15 minutes, right? Just 15 minutes a day. Do it for a week, 2 weeks, and you will see the difference. Right? You start. If I've convinced you, I think you'll come back and tell me that Devyani you can definitely manage it right now. Go ahead.
What intrigued me is that you said that you remember every and you remember everything. So how is that got to do playing an instrument?
Right. Great question.